What we're going to do now is we're just going to go through a shaker door installation. So before I do anything, what I usually do is I cut my 5 pieces that I need for the door. So 1, 2, 3, 4 and then a 5 in the middle. I've already cut the sides here, so I'm just going to cut the middle bit now. So making sure I'm not being too tight and giving myself a good bit of excess. And then pop that there for later. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to prep the door. So just give it a really good clean, make sure there's not any raised bits on there. Give it a light sanding if needed. Now the door's all prepped, we can obviously start wrapping it. I always do these the same order, and then that way if the order never changes, it's never going to be wrong, everything's always the same. So we're going to do the sides first. And then now what we do is we roll it around the corners with the heat. So 1, same as always, we're not taking too much, we don't want no big air bubbles down the corner. And the last thing I'm going to do is just cook it. So now the vinyl's cooled down, what we're going to do is we're just going to cut the side. Making sure that it's a really nice tight cut with nothing that's going to flap. Do a small cut here, ready to roll this side round. So with this bit, what's really important is we don't want to see this lip here stuck onto the door and it stay in the same place. So the idea is that we actually feed the vinyl into the door. So we give it a slight warmth and take it around the corner, not being too greedy. Let me grab our squeegee. And as you can see, look, the vinyl's sliding across the door. It's not stretching, the vinyl's moving. If the vinyl stays in the same place, it means we're actually stretching it in there, which isn't good. Okay, so that's the first side done. All we're going to do is repeat the process on the other side. What I don't do is sort the top and the bottom out now. We just do both sides and then we just do the top and the bottom once. Okay, so all we're going to do now is we're just going to sort out the corners. I always say to people when we're doing the training courses that if you can nail this part, you're halfway there. And roll it around the corner. Give it a cook, let it cool down, and then we'll give it a cut. What I see a lot of people do when we do the training courses is they tend to keep the knife straight. So if you look at this, I keep the knife straight. So that's a cut with the knife straight. But if I actually angle the knife of the blade, that's the bit that will flake. we've sorted out both the sides now. So obviously what we're going to do is we're going to sort out the top and the bottom. Right, so we've got the bits we cut earlier, and we basically just repeat what we've just done. Laid a bit over the top. And this is a bit easier than because we don't have to sort the corners out now. So, cut up there, cut up there. And it's really important with this bit that we make sure that we're not going through both layers. We just want to go through the top layer. And then we just roll it around the corner. 3-step method again, not being too greedy. 1, 2, 3. Cook the edge. Right, so we've obviously done our 4 panels, so the sides and the top. What we're going to do now is we're just going to finish the door off, so it's a nice easy bit last, and it's just putting the cap in the middle. We pre-cut the panel earlier, so all we're going to do is just drop it on. So what we don't like to do here is make it all really tight to the corners. So I normally just hit like a little bit in the middle, roll it around all the edges. And then now we get ready to cut. Really important, it's very easy when you've done this, you've done all the hard work by doing the sides, but if you cut this wrong, you cut into the sides that you've done. So just being really careful with how you're cutting. Making sure we're going corner to corner. And not cutting into what we've already done. It's really important to make sure we take all our cuts to the corner, because when we rip this excess bit off, if we haven't, we could just rip into what we're trying to use. So we've cut all the way round. Now what we can do is we can peel off this excess. We don't need that anymore. And then we just lay down the piece that we've cut. All right. Now with our right angled squeegee, we can use that to get into the corners. And that's the shaker door complete.